What's up, y'all? How's everyone doing tonight? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday Night Live. I feel like it's been a while. I don't know if it's actually been a while. Y'all, my week has been a week. It's been a week. Been a good week, and it's only Wednesday. Spent the last 3 days working on a new record with our church, with Bristol House, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Randy, did I redo my Mercury settings? Not yet. As always, I'm also streaming on YouTube. If you want to hear it in full, glorious stereo. Y'all, I have been enveloped in the world of synthesizers and keys land for the last few days. And yeah, it's been interesting. Been really good, but interesting. Yeah, so it feels really good to play guitar. Yeah, I mean, I've literally not touched a guitar in, well, not that many days, like, I guess 3.5 days. So yeah, it feels really good. I'm playing yeah, it's weird. This week and this entire month has been like a month of music, which is cool. Really, really cool. So like I said, the last few days we've been working on a worship project for our church. It was awesome. We had David Funk from Bethel Music and a bunch of their production guys, Luke Henriksen, a handful of other, a bunch of their video guys, fly down, and they helped make this project awesome. It was so cool, so cool. Like I said, I played keys. Yeah, so yeah, just figured I'd come out here tonight just to get a mental break and play guitar because I'm playing a worship service tomorrow. Randy is still digging the 503. Yeah, still love it. It's in a case right there. I just haven't picked up this guitar in a long time, so I wanted to play it. I am running through my Tonex captures tonight. Currently using I think it's the AC30 in the basement. I think so. Sounds like it, feels like it. What's up, Casey? Yeah, ain't got much else to say, just kind of playing. How y'all's week's been? How has y'all's week been? Man, brain. Yeah, I know. I thought this was the end of the week. I gotta go back to work tomorrow, which would be fine. Honestly, it'll be a nice normal break back to normal life. Casey, unfortunately not. Like I said, I've been in such a prep for the recording project as well as this upcoming service I'm doing tomorrow that, yeah, I haven't done. Like I said, I've literally done nothing else. Zach, a good dude behind guitars. Enjoying your game. Thanks, dude. Dude, I need to. I wish I could get my hands on one of your guitars. I know that sounds like a really terrible thing to say while I'm streaming, to be like, hey, can you send me a free guitar? I'm not asking for that, but it'd be cool to try out one of yours at some point. Just ordered an LVX. Can't wait to try out some of your sounds, dude. Awesome. That is super cool. Yeah, LVX is great, man. I love it. I've said for a long, not for years. Have I said for years? I don't know, dude. When did the LVX come out? 2022, I think. I love it, man. This is my reverse bucket brigade. Whose Tonex captures am I using? These are mine. These are my Tonex ones. Yeah, so I mean, I said it about a week ago. Finally decided to list my own captures that I made. People seem to be liking them. Abel, what's up, brother? What part of the world are you in right now? Yeah, so using mine, like I said, it starts just recently offered to sell them. Have not yet been able to get a website situation figured out yet, but I'll get that working soon. There's also another potential of me partnering with a buddy of mine and listing them on his site. If I do, then I'll definitely be sharing that link with you all. Those of you still wondering, I released 4 sets of captures, 4 amps sets of captures. Matchless Clubman, which has two captures in it. One is with the 112 cab, one is with the 212 cab. My AC30, my 66 Basement, and my third power dual Citizen. $10 each or $30 for the whole bundle. Randy, let me know when you capture them in the QC platform. So I do have them in Quad Cortex, just not in the same. They're a little different. So I learned quite a few things with the Tonex, capturing them on Tonex, and I want to try and recreate what I learned there on the Cortex before I actually release them in the same way. And it'll probably be the same thing. $10 for each, $30 for the whole bundle. I feel like $10. I feel like that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, so if you have purchased them, I included a PDF that kind of walked through the process and everything for how I made them. I thought like that would be kind of a cool opportunity to share some of the things I learned, as well as if any of y'all were eventually inspired to make your own. That could be a cool thing. Yeah. This is LVX, reverse delay, a stereo eighth note delay on the H90, cloudish verb on the Mercury X, and kind of another reverse delayed thing on the Chroma console. One of the things I forgot about the process of like recording a project is like you get this like creative hangover from it. Mark Swayze, how are you, man? It's been a long time. Carson the Texan, yes, is an LP custom. It's a 1976 Les Paul custom. Zach, yeah, it is much better on YouTube. I've contemplated straight up switching my streams to YouTube. Purely for that reason, plus you can get a better video on there. Yeah, it was cool. I got a chance to meet some really great people this week. Got to meet Luke Hendrickson from Bethel. He's a really nice guy. Obviously, David Funk, also a really sweet guy. And got to make music with some of my bros. All right, enough of that. Let's talk captures. So, like I said, released a small bundle of my amps, and I'm very happy with them. I'm really happy with how they turned out. So, this is the dry tone. This is clean. No compression, with compression. This is with the prickly pear, borrowing it from a friend right now. What's up, Steven? Steven was right. What about the Tonex? I don't know, man. We used real amps this weekend, or this week during recording, and they sounded killer. Yeah. My amps, they feel pretty similar. Mine have a little bit more grit. Or my actual amps have a little bit more grit. How tired am I? I'm very tired. You just did your own project, right? Yeah, I'm super tired. But part of it was from Sunday. What was it? From Sunday till Monday? I don't remember. One of the days, I drank too much Celsius in the evening, and I ended up just staying up till like 2 in the morning. So that next Tuesday when I was there was like, holy cow, so tired. And then I got some good sleep last night into today, and yeah, we're struggling. Can I play closing theme now? Over on YouTube, oh my gosh, Raji Yabala. Oh, wait, you have a Tonex? Yeah, I'm using them right now. Yeah, capture my amps. You bought one last week. Nice, cool. Nice, dude. I would love to hear some demos whenever you get a chance. I think it'd be cool. I love seeing people create stuff. It's like one of the biggest joys when I see like my friends making really, really cool stuff. One of the cool things was, so I used my Sequential Prophet, which is not here, it's at the church. That with a mixture of some like my Ableton sounds for keys, and just got to make some really, really cool layers. And then today we did like a stripped session type of thing. I think we did 4 songs that were just like in a section of the building, made it super feel intimate, whatever that means. Got to capture some really, really cool audio. And David was like, hey, we can set up your whole Ableton setup, or like, dude, let's just see like, what was I going to say? Let's just see like, maybe we just use the Prophet. And so, it was super cool. I ended up importing some previous sounds I had bought, some other patches I had bought, and they came out so good. So good. Yeah. Like my arms and fingers are tired from doing this thing, which I don't have quite as much muscle memory as opposed to guitar. But on the flip side, I got to sit down for multiple hours. Steven, yeah, I get to go in overdub, EG2, and bass on all of them. Oh, really? Nice. Nice. I'm sure it's gonna sound great. Rodri. Okay, cool. Sorry, dude. I saw it was over on YouTube. I saw your name and I'm like, is that an Indian name, Rodri? Maybe it is. I don't know. I couldn't tell. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I learned some cool things about like mic placement and different techniques and production stuff. And honestly, I had some really cool like personal takeaways too from it all. It was just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Like I was telling the band, it's like, it's cool when you have a really great team together and you're all working on stuff. And like, especially on this project, we brought in some some extra really talented and pro level, like super high level people, and it's like it was a really good feeling to be what I would, I'll say it like this, but I don't quite mean it as harsh as it may sound. Like it was nice, like being the worst person in the room, if that makes any sense, because you're just surrounded by so many great and talented people. It was just so much fun. Like I already can't wait to do the next one, whenever that is. Obviously, it would have been fun to play guitar on it, but that'll come. We had Drew, who's the other guitarist for me at Loft, or with me at Loft, and then Ben Bullock, who's another great player. Yeah, funk is super inspiring with his thought process. Yeah, totally, for sure. And honestly, and that kind of translates really well into like actually being in production and working on stuff too. If you can get some Rhodes-like tones from the Prophet, you could use them amp out. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely could have done that. I wasn't playing keys necessarily. I wasn't playing piano. We had another really great, like, kind of dedicated piano type player named John. And honestly, like, me and him play really well together because, like, he has like this kind of really kind of soft, magical touch when he's playing piano and very melodic. And so, like, me as like a melodic musician, guitarist, and whatever, like I can just like be drawn into the little world that he was creating too. Any cool takeaways from Mr. Hendrickson? Honestly, kind of what I shared with you guys in the Kenyan chat. Nothing crazy out of the ordinary. I shook his hand, said, dude, thanks it was really nice meeting you. Thanks for taking the time and all that kind of stuff. He was just really, I mean, I didn't get a whole ton of like critical feedback on the key stuff, which is, it's ultra encouraging. And also just like, it's a really cool feeling when like you trust your intuition, you're trying stuff and you're like, okay, maybe something you think might be a little weird. And they're like, no, that's awesome. And I'm like, cool. I thought it was awesome too, but I wasn't sure if it was going to fit, So, Rodri, are you streaming on other platforms besides YouTube? Yeah, I'm also on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Jim Cardoza. Yeah, no, dude, Hendrickson, he's just a nice, sweet guy. Like what you see on YouTube, production online stuff is what it is. Nice guy. Yeah. Oh, dude, you're so right. Yeah, the fact that he's a keyboard player main and didn't have a ton to say is super cool for you too. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and so I kind of just leaned into like experimentation. Obviously, in like certain worship settings and contexts, there's sounds you go to, right, and that's stuff that just fits the song. And so if you can channel that, it's really good. So the way we did it was we did 3 days in 3 different venues. So one was in like a chapel, and we had like a choir in there, and they have a pipe organ in there too. And so we did that. It was a hymns project, and so we did a bunch of really cool moments like that. Some really big, epic moments in there as well. But within that kind of chapel subdued pipe organ, whatever context. And then we did a second day at the Loft, which is my venue, which was kind of a traditional worship type of thing, but also songs were killer. And then today was chapel stuff, or no, today was like a more stripped down thing. Steven loved being a part of his breakout sessions with my wife and I were at Bethel for worship school. Oh, cool. I didn't know you went to their worship school. That's cool. Had no idea. Yeah, I want to take a trip up there. Especially now that I've kind of made friends. Also, another kind of silly little thing, but they use mostly my amps too, which felt a certain sense of pride there. YouTube, Rodri, sorry for the gear question. No, dude, we're here. We are here. But do you like the tone models that come loaded with the Tonex, or the paid backs just way better? No, I didn't really like anything that came with the Tonex. It's also, the way it's all set up is really strange. Like, the app is weird. Using the captures that are built into the app that you can upload to your posts is weird. Like, it doesn't transfer well. This is what I found. Josh Masters, what's up, bro? Steven, it would be sick to go with a bunch of guys. And yeah, dude, that'd be fun. That'd be cool. Actually, it'd be fun to do that trip, and then, because I haven't seen Brady in years. Yeah, Josh. I'll see you tomorrow, too. Lopez, Stephen Bates, that sounds cool. I always wondered what they taught in the worship school. Yeah. Amps suck. Dude, whatever. I got a strong back. The kind of core sounds that come with the Tonex, they don't sound, but that's normal for all the modelers out there. All the capturing things, like all the stock sounds sound like trash, and we all know it. So I think it's just part and parcel with it. Any HX presets? No, I haven't. I've not delved into the world of Helix yet. Well, I don't know. I'm not opposed to it. I just, I'm not trying to make money on this. It's purely like a passion project, and because I like doing it, and I want to help equip people. That's kind of the main thing. So I mean, maybe if I can get my hands on one and kind of get my head around it. I just don't like. I'm not trying to compete with any of the big boys out there. Yeah. So maybe. Riff from 1029 IG post. Bro, I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what post that is. Sorry, and I'm doing this on my computer, so I can't necessarily go up and pull it up. Yeah, okay, Aaron. I know what you're talking about. I just don't. I don't recall what the thing was. Also, Josh, I need those tempos. I still don't know what the tempos are for tomorrow. I can just pull them from Multitracks and go from there, though. Sales on the Tonex capture? I haven't sold a whole ton. I want to say maybe like 6 or 7. Honestly, it's mostly been because I haven't put them on a site yet. Because the way I've been having to sell them is, if you're interested, shoot me a DM. I'll send you my PayPal link, and we can go from there. And then as soon as I get that, I'll send it to you. Right. That's just kind of how I need to do it right now, so I can get a site up. Website comes soon. So originally when I first announced that I was going to be making them, I made the critical error of saying that I was going to try and have a website up, and then I looked into it, and it was just more than I expected. Let me phrase that. It was more than I had the capacity to in the moment to like kind of nail down, so to say, and so that's why I haven't done it yet. Cam Sandoval, any sounds that inspire you lately? Well, I mean, so today, sorry. So this week, since I've been in like keys and ambient world, just trying to find textures that are complementary. It's easy to say like, oh, a pad's a pad, or a synth lead is a synth lead, or whatever. But like, dude, you need to make something that's like, it's actually obviously doesn't, no, let me phrase it. You need to have sounds that like serve songs. Obviously, that's kind of the core thing. But there's a wide palette that you can pull from. And so like on one of the songs, I had like this kind of glidey synth thing. Going to sleep, Josh Masters. All right, yeah, dude. See you tomorrow. Like I had this like kind of cool glidey synth type thing with chords that was so sweet. Yeah. Once I get the Prophet back in, maybe I'll do a live stream where I'm doing key stuff. Use Ableton for tracks or for tracking. Today we tracked in Pro Tools and Studio One. That was like their redundant setup, which worked great. What else did we do? We also did let me think. What's his name? David had he had all of his stuff in Ableton doing that. Oh, for running tracks in Ableton. Dude, I learned everything that I know from a YouTube channel called From Studio to Stage. They have some paid stuff, but they also have a free template, and then I just go from there. I've known quite a bit about Ableton from like 10 years ago when I first learned how to do it. I actually did like a course, like an actual like true like full length like multi-week long online course to go through Ableton first. So I was somewhat familiar with it. Then of course over the years Ableton in the different versions changed slightly, and so everything I know now has been basically from the last year. Yeah. Running backing tracks. Yeah. So at the Loft, we just recently switched to Ableton since I kind of took over those roles at the church, because I think it's a lot more flexible than other setups. And so like the way I do it is I will download multitracks from either multitracks.com, or if I have the multitracks for a song, do that. What I do is I format the songs all to the same format, and then when I go out to build a track, I have a template that's within that same type of format. Drop them in, and we're ready to go. It's super, super quick and easy. But then it also gives me the flexibility of changing keys, changing tempo very, very easily, and arranging anything in which way. And I prefer to do it in arrangement view. But I am also familiar enough with it to do in session view too. So, yeah, I think I want to make a video on that at some point too. Because, granted, there are still some things I'm learning that for the life of me, couldn't quite figure out like the best format and ways to do it. But as I've been looking through other ways of running tracks, especially if you're doing like a tracks and keys rig type thing, there are some tips and tricks I've kind of learned that would work for that context. Rodri, is this quote worship music? I guess so. Like what I'm playing, I'm just playing guitar, so maybe. Captain Chicken over on YouTube. Can I ask you something? Do I use FL Studio? No, I don't use FL Studio. I know a lot of people do, and it's a pretty cool program, but I've not used it. I need to change keys. What key should I play in? C. Little cigaros. Sorry, dude. What's your question? Okay, cool. Sorry, dude. My brain. Such a long day. It's a long series of 3 days. I got a question. Have you noticed a significant difference in miking the 212 cal come-ons versus 112? Want to downsize my rig a little. Yeah, so 212, okay, so when you have two sources of speakers, really, if they're the same speaker, it doesn't matter. If it's different speakers, it doesn't matter. When you have two sounds coming out, you're gonna get some slight, you're gonna get different resonances. You're gonna get slight phase things, but not in like the typical like like if 2 amps are out of phase. You're gonna get a slightly different sound. Like on my captures, my 112 matchless combo sounds very different from my 212 cab. Right, and I actually dual mic'd the 212, which if any of y'all bought the captures, I'd highly recommend trying out the 212. Has a lot more body, whereas the 112 is very, very direct sounding. So I like it. You get a little bit more low end with 212 because you have physically more space. My AC30 a little, not nearly as much though, because I'm using the Alnico Blues and they're a slightly lower powered speaker. So yeah, YouTube George, you said, "Hi Jim, currently watching your restream. Want to ask your insight regarding Quad Cortex with Meris LVX and Mercury X." Sure. Insight regarding Quad Cortex with Meris LVX and Meris. Anything specifically? Insights? I mean, I've used the Quad Cortex before, mostly literally just as amps. Been on like a long-term borrow from a friend of mine. Yeah. The capturing on the Quad Cortex feels a little cleaner. That's been my main thing that I've noticed. It was the same way with the Tonex until a buddy of mine, Brady Neely, gave me some advice about when you capture your amps, capture them just a little bit hotter than you would normally set them. And that will kind of bake into the capture a little bit more compression in your amps, so they feel a little bit better. So that's really the thing that I want to try out with the Quad Cortex next time I capture it. Since Tonex has stereo out, does each output have a different mic on the cabinet emulation? Does it have stereo out? I don't know, bro. Like I'm so new to the Tonex world. I'm using two as a stereo pair, so I'm not sure. I suppose you could, use one amp capture and have your stereo effects going into that. That could definitely work. I have two because I'm using it as like a 2 amp rig. So, okay. So since Tonex has stereo, does each output have a different mic on the cabinet emulation? I don't believe so. I haven't noticed that. I also wouldn't notice it because of the way I'm using it. When you capture amps, you can capture on Tonex, you can capture 2 mics at the same time. Whereas on the Quad Cortex, you can actually make it a little bit more flexible in terms of you can mic your cabs, run it through your DAW, then send that out into the Quad Cortex as your summed mic signal. I tried doing some dual miking stuff when I first got the Tonex, and it wasn't quite working how I wanted it to, but that could also just be I haven't really touched my mics in my ISO cab over here in quite a while, so I don't know. Your mileage may vary on that one. But in terms of ping pong, let me change my reverb. Lopez, I answered your question. I still love ping pong delay. It's kind of like one of my little things that I do if I'm trying to make like a lead stand out. I'll set the mix down a little bit and just kind of like a slight stereo thing going. Like even for like this, like I might do like a. Actually, no, I'll do. Something like that. Kind of stays out of the way a little bit. Is the tuner or compressor the first thing to change? So right now it's compressor. It used to be tuner, but then I moved the tuner back into my position inside the tuner output of my volume pedal. Yeah, when I redid my board, I changed some things up. Not for any real reason. Like, so when I got the PBC6, I experimented with like different positioning of like certain pedals. So like I actually placed the volume pedal in the insert loop, which then can be moved around. So right now I have the volume very first, even though it's technically not. It's in the insert loop. But I repositioned the volume pedal to be first. I haven't done that in years. I used to have a lot more noise issues whenever I would do that, but I did it mostly so that I can get a slight cleaner swell. That's why I did it. Over on YouTube, how do I handle the Meris LVX and the Mercury X with the H90? I just treat it like it's its own thing. So like I have the H90. So like in order, I have like the first preset on the H90 is a chorus. Next preset is a vibrato. Then after that, I have a stereo trem, which is actually, it's not just stereo, it's actually two tremolos in sequence, and the two are stereo. So if you're listening on YouTube, you can hear there's like this pattern where it's like down, 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 which I love, especially with reverb. It's just yeah, it's super fun. After that, I have like a Flint type tremolo, just like a mono. So yeah, I mean, I just treat it like another effect. I haven't utilized the multiple outs of the H90. I do know some people that do, and that's really cool because then you can position the H90 in different parts of your board. So if you're always going to use like one side of the H90, like the A side, mostly as like mono effects, or as like pitch or tremolo, any kind of mono stuff, you can do it like that. Right now I just have it going. It's the second pedal in my stereo chain. First is the Chroma console, then it goes stereo into the H90, then LVX, and then Mercury X. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not saying that I'm using it as a modulation pedal because it's not. Like, I have another stereo delay, right? Standard ping pong. After that, I have another detune type chorusy sound. What's up, Zach? How are you, man? Honestly, in a lot of ways, I prefer this kind of modulation over chorus. Oh, there's also a slight delay in there. After that, I have a reverb. It's actually an old reverb from the H90 that I made years ago, or H9. I basically modeled it to sound like an RV5 because that's what I used at the time. What's up, Austin? David. Man, the boys are out. Oh, gosh. Yeah, just a bright RV5, a little bit of pre-delay. After that, I have some pitch, like an octave. And that sounds pretty cool with some dirt. So yeah, that's just like a very slight low octave and a little bit of an upper octave too. After that, I have a chorus with a little bit of a compressor and an EQ, and it also has a little bit of a gate. If you hear me touching the strings slightly, let's with it off. There's a little bit of a gate. And so I have chorus and a little bit of EQ to cut some lows and boost a little bit of highs. Yeah, it's great. After that, I have a rotary. Haven't used it because we were going to play the song Praise at some point and just never did it. So, but it's there. And after that, I have another kind of chorusy. Sounds like there's a little bit of pitch on there too, but I can't remember. And after that, I have that same chorusy type thing with a little bit of a pitch. This is like a more brighter. As you can see, or as you can hear, its tracking is doing intervals and chords is a little weird, but it works for the most part. So yeah, that's how I'm using the H90. Can the Mercury X act as a modulation pedal, or is it only able to do that on reverb? On the reverb, you can do. You can make a straight up modulation sound on it if you want. I mean, you can. For sure, yeah. You can use any of the modifiers on there. Standalone. So like I have a, where is it? So I have a That's the Mercury X doing all that. So yeah, you can do that. Granted, this is with the LVX. You know, do weird modified pitch stuff. That's it with a reverse delay, doing my pitch glitch type thing. This is the forward one. There's a lot of cool things you can do. No sound. Really? Hey, then head over YouTube then. Tonex plus H9 sounds like a Strand Island soda. Yeah, possibly. Can you play I'm No Longer an Orphan, please? Don't know that song. I'm also not playing any songs right now. Can you do more than one effect at the same with the H9? No, with the H9 you can't, but with the H90 you can. With H90 you can do two sounds into each other, or two sounds in parallel, or two sounds separate coming out of the two separate outputs. It's pretty neat. George, question, is all your presets available on sale? So all of my Meris and LVX presets are free. I'm not selling them, but my Tonex captures are for sale. I do not have a website yet, though. Once I do, I'll stream and I'll go live and I'll share the link and do all this stuff. I'm gonna head off now. I gotta get to bed. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Daddy's got a job. Anyway, thanks y'all. This is Wednesday Night Live. We do this every single Wednesday, most of the time. Shoot for it every single Wednesday at least. And yeah, like I said, Tonex captures are for sale. Shoot me a DM if you're interested. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube. And all the things. And otherwise, I'll see you guys later. You guys have a good rest of your Wednesday night. And, oh, sorry. Sorry, bro. We'll hang soon. I promise.